Hello.
How are you?
Well, thank you, and yourself.
Thank you very much. What's your name?
Sean.
Sean. Good, Sean. Nice to meet you. My name is Faraz from Iraq.
Faraz, good to meet you.
Nice. I will send you the link to the read articles, and I have some question.
All right.
Now,
Okay.
okay.
So, oops.
Okay.
Right.
Yes. Number one, the vocabulary stack.
Mm-hmm.
What difference between the stack and the, for example, stack? It's academic. I think the the word stack not academic, right?
Right. You can use it. I was stuck. In other words, you were stranded. You couldn't go, you couldn't do anything. You couldn't fly because there was a problem. You were
Yes,
stuck.
stuck with the flight with our airport, right? Is
Right.
that?
Mm-hmm. You
Yes,
can.
yes. Uh, what difference between the conduct and behavior?
Uh, Conduct and behavior is basically the same thing. It's the way you behave, the things you do. Conduct is
For example, Sean, I told you your behavior it's very good, but when I told you that conduct, it is
your
jargon.
con.
I feel this jargon.
No, it's not always jargon.
Your conduct, your behavior. I think the behavior it is suitable,
You can use
right?
conduct or behavior.
The
Yes,
same meaning. Yes, but do you think the conduct it's academic?
yes,
It's more
yes. You
academic.
can use it in an academic situation. Yes, why not?
Okay,
It's a strong word.
okay.
It's a strong word.
Behavior give me the for يعني specific meaning about to the moral or the what you do, but conduct give me a more meaning, a lot of the meaning. For example, conduct means the appreciate, conduct the behavior, conduct uh, um, um, uh, another meaning give me,
Okay.
right? Conduct.
So it's the manner in which you do something, your conduct, the manner in
Yes,
which a
good.
person behaves.
Yes. Uh, est- uh, estimate. What difference between the estimate and appreciate?
Estimate. Um,
Estimate,
yes.
estimate.
In this context, it just depends on which context you're using it. Because in
Yes,
this context, the company didn't provide an estimate for the cost of the repairing of the damage. So they didn't
yes,
provide a ballpark figure, a figure that perhaps a figure that they'd budgeted for, or given an overall amount of how much the damage would cost.
good. Thank you. Good. New idea for me. Now, okay, new off. The details or the diversion incorrect and or wrong, but sometimes off use the I am off. It means that I am tomorrow I am off. Tomorrow I have vacation,
Yes, it
right?
can mean that.
I and sometimes use the off with phrasal verb, put off,
Yes,
drop
that's right.
off, for example.
Mhm.
I think the off give me we need to the research method about only word off. It's very important to now to use it in the academic. Sometimes when I talk with native speaker, use the off so much with in the context, and sometimes reading articles or the we talk with people, use the off more
Mm.
things. So that's I think that off needs to the prepared research about to the only of specific meaning of I think off means the holiday. Off means
Yes.
the wrong. Off means the close. Off means the go. Right?
Right. You see, you can use it in this context in an informal speech. That was good news.
Yes.
That was a good guess, but you're
Yes.
still a bit off. It means that you aren't accurate.
For example, tomorrow تسألني you ask me about the my marks. I told you I am off. It means يعني I am pass the exam. For example,
That's
right?
right. You can use it. You can say
Good.
I failed.
And casual and formal,
Informal,
informal, not formal. Yes,
not
good.
formal, not formal
Uh,
language.
yes, yes. Conclude.
Conclude.
I would like to please explain the conclude. I
Con-
conclude. It's for yes, to decide that something is true using reason. I think that conclude the same meaning with reason, right?
Yes. The committee concluded that the project had failed. They came to the decision that the project had failed. They concluded.
Good. Shane, please be patient with me. Be pair with me because I would like to the increased level about my with vocabulary. It's very
Right.
important for me. Now I will read. Okay, I will read part by part to part. Please focus my pronunciation. Be decisive. Me,
Okay.
not skip anything.
Good.
Deal. Good. Study just 2% a conversations and when we went them to. A new scientific paper suggests that only around 2% of conversations end when both speakers went them to.
Right. So
Good?
suggests,
Suggest,
suggests.
suggest, suggest. Yes, good. A new scientific paper suggests that only around 2% of conversation end when both speakers want them to. The study was led by Adam Mastroianni, who want to know how often people feel stuck in conversation. He said the research was inspired by his own experience at
Parties.
parties. uh,
Mm-hmm.
Parties.
Mm-hmm.
Good, good. First, Mr. Mistroni, first Mistroni, and a team of researchers at Harvard University conducted an online survey of 500 sorry 806 people. It asked participants to describe a recent face-to-face conversation and how long they had wanted it to
Last.
last.
Mm-hmm.
Over six last sorry last good uh, uh, over 66% said they wanted or expected the conversation to end sooner than it
Sooner.
did
Mm-hmm.
sooner
Mm-hmm.
sooner
Mm-hmm.
sooner it did. Mastroianni then did a second study, this time with 252 students, volunteers, and a lab. They volunteers who did not he did not know each other were put into pairs and asked to chat for between 1 and 40
All right,
5
just listen.
minutes.
Just
The
listen.
research
I'll correct you after each paragraph. Okay, Mastriona then
good.
did a second study, and The volunteers who did not know each other were put into pairs and asked to chat for between 1 and 45 minutes. Did. The word is did. Did.
Did.
Mhm.
Good. Did. Yes, good. I will read again.
Okay.
Okay. Um, the research then asked their peers about their experience. They found that over 68% of volunteers wished their conversation had ended sooner, that it did a similar result to the first
Okay.
study.
Sooner. That's
Sooner,
fine. Sooner.
sooner.
Mhm.
Good, sooner. They also found that people were not very good at guessing guessing how long their partners wanted to talk. Participant estimates of how long their partner wanted the conversation at least were off by about
Right.
64%.
Good at guessing how long. Good at guessing.
Yes, I will read again. They also found that people were not very good at guessing how long their partners wanted to talk. Participant estimates of how long their partner wanted the conversation to last were off by about
All right.
64%.
Participants. You must hear the S. Participants.
Participants. Yes,
Mhm.
participants. After studying the data further, the researchers concluded that many people talk longer than they should because they don't want to seem rude by stopping a conversation too soon.
Too
Soon,
soon. Good. Mhm.
uh, too soon. They part. Sometimes the complected. It is not good with people.
Yeah.
When you talk with them and the frenetically, it's very
Right.
important. Deal with
Yes,
me.
understand.
I decisive with people sometimes. I lost more relation with people, specific
Mhm.
women. The decisive I decisive with them. Don't complex them. I think you know you are man and we are man. The women like to be complected. You are beautiful. You are gorgeous. I don't complected them, so that the relation with the women it is a
Mhm.
little.
Okay.
Okay. The study found that only 2% of conversation actually
Hello? Are you?
exactly when both part. I, I hear you. I hear
Yes,
you.
I can hear
You hear
you.
me?
Yes, you're breaking up a bit.
Hi.
Are you
Yes.
there? Mhm.
Yes. The study found. Yes. I will continue.
Right.
The study found that only 2% of conversation actually indeed exactly when both participants wanted them to, and only 30% indeed when just on one person wanted them to. Actually, that I told you the secret. Sometimes more people like to continue
Right.
with them and conversation. Also, application Cambly rely on the
Mhm.
activity with people to discuss.
Mhm.
But I told you the secret. Reading
Mhm.
books, for example, now this books, okay, or the read articles, you give me more vocabulary, to continue with people, but inspire my person. I think it's very important
Mhm.
to rely on the listening.
True.
I think it's very important.
Yes, of course.
Do you agree with me? When I took, for example, I took with you, for example, about any
Mhm.
topic, the conversation about the conversation. Sometimes we complected more people to avoid the rude, for example, rude person or the rude, but the mistakes and the actually, in fact, the mistakes. If you like to the
Right.
if like to the control your life with social media, with the
Mhm.
speed life, continue
Mhm.
without complected the people. Only, for example, use that time all time to read, to listening, to to complete
Mhm.
everything. Now I talk with you. My wife read to the I ask with her to the
Mhm.
listening in English, and I have to prepare the new lesson tomorrow with Cambly to discuss with Cambly. But I told you the secret. It's very important to create a plan as a plan with
True.
your life,
You are right.
right, Shan? Yes, good. Now, give me some advice about. Give me advice about
I
my
think
reading. It's good or no good?
your reading is good. You must just work on the fluency so that it flows. So that it flows. You're reading at a
Flows.
good pace, but just allow it to flow by practicing. You just need to practice.
Actually, every day I read two articles, advanced and beginner. But with advanced I am not good. With beginner I am good.
Right.
Shani,
I'm from
where
South
you are from?
Africa.
Where I from?
Mm.
South Africa. Good. Shani, I have problem with English. I please help me. Now, if my
Right.
plan to the now everything, listening, article. When I read articles, I
Mm.
know everything about the articles. For example, the it of I know I rely on
Mm.
the details, everything. But in the exam, my mind fact me. يعني don't tell me in the exam, so that I rely on
Mm.
the savings or memorize. I don't it is not good, because I am study master to know everything in English. But in exam, I limited with the context, not
Mm.
paraphrase the meaning. Why?
Um, so now, are you right? Are you writing the IELTS exam? What are you? Which exam are you going to
Yes, no,
write?
I'm my right exam. For example, if you know pragmatic discourse analysis, I
Right.
study that. My studies in deep language, in the factions, pragmatics, uh, manner, crisis, if you know the Chomsky, to analyze the study with them, to know
Mm-hmm.
everything about the language, deep language. But the deep language means the
True.
academic writing, right? And yes, when in the exam I use the academic, informal, formal, collected them to give the answer. Professor told me your answer it is very good, but you study master. Rely on the academic, not rely on your knowledge. It is big difference between the
Right.
academic and your knowledge. Your knowledge you use with the mail, with the friends, not use the
Mm-hmm.
in answer. Sometimes I lost more marks, more marks, because I use the
Right.
informal
Tell me, are we going to go back to this
words.
article, or are you finished with it? Are we finished discussing this article?
No, that yes,
Okay.
no, finish
There
the
we are.
article
Now I
now.
can see
If you
you.
like to the okay. I'm sorry, Shane, because my life it is complected to the
Mm.
now everything about the English. I ask you, Shane, please. I have a question. Uh, do you think it's very important to write recap, for example, articles when you finish the
Mhm.
article with you? Okay, I will write recap, my recap or my summary to the in my any work. Do you think it's very important for me to
Two,
increase
just
level?
repeat that. Very important too.
Uh, okay. Do you think prepare,
Mhm.
summarize when I finish the lesson? It's very
Well,
important for me.
whichever test you're going to write, you're going to have to paraphrase. So it's always good to paraphrase it. Just take the main, what you can do when you
Yes, good.
paraphrase, look at the first sentence, possibly, of each paragraph, because that's your topic sentence. And make sure that you include the most important
Yes,
facts, like someone's name, which is very important in a paraphrase. So just include
right.
the main ideas. You want to summarize the ideas. That's all. So your paraphrase must just, hello, how are you? Good to meet you. What is your
تعال
name?
تعال.
Suleiman. Good to meet
Suleiman.
you, Suleiman.
Yes. تعال 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 تعال.
Your daughter and your
My
son.
daughters. It is
Hello, hello. What
intelligent.
is
My
her
daughters
name?
so
What
much.
is Bayan? Good to meet you.
Bayan,
Hello.
Bayan. Good. Mayan Sulaiman create mix a problem
Uh,
with me when I reading.
you must paraphrase. You must learn to
I think
paraphrase because whatever exam you're going to write, they're going to ask you to paraphrase. So just paraphrase the
right.
main thoughts and always include names of places and people's names, proper nouns, places, times, dates. Those must be included in a paraphrase along with the main ideas.
Okay. Shiny. For example, when I talk with my classmate or the colleagues about to the exam. For example,
Mhm.
we have exam tomorrow. I told him not savings or the not memorize the notes
Mhm.
or the paper. Rely on
That's right.
the main point
Yes.
in the exam. Main point is very important. And after that, lunch, add more
Mhm.
guidance or the guide support your idea in exam. Told me, for us it is mistakes, only savings.
Mhm.
I told him the miss savings, the systematic savings or the memorize, it is big difference. Now the Chicago or the Harvard or the any rely on the discuss, depends on the how
Mhm.
activity with students, not rely on the exam
Mhm.
and paper. It is mistakes. The old now, we have the modern students or the new students rely on the
Right.
activity, attractive meaning, not demands. The Cambly application, Cambly give you the activity
True.
when you talk. It is very important. Now, in the exam,
Mhm.
for example, I'm a study master. My curriculum in my college rely on the in the exam. I told him
Mhm.
the mistake. You can't create the
Mhm.
good teacher in the future. Create, if you like to create with it, discuss with them in English only. Prepare tomorrow, you have exam.
Mhm.
What's the benefit with the exam?
Mhm.
Right, the benefit, where's the benefit? No benefit. Only savings, vocabulary, the copy paste. It is mistake. We like to the
Mhm.
really. Now I told my wife or my family, if you like to the prepare the people, good insight, good beach, good man or the good woman, talk with them the conversation and reading every day to create
That's
the
right.
good person in the future,
Mhm.
good teacher in the future. Rely on the talk or the
True.
savings. Also the primary school or the intermediate school depends on the savings. Sometimes when you to
Mhm.
talk with kids, ask them, the
Mhm.
kids respect you, not only savings, memorize, remember that
Mhm.
it's mistakes. Okay, ask the kids or the students, but instead them instead continue with the in English or the in language to increase
True.
level in the mind. That I told him, I told you the Chomsky or the Grices or the Grice Maxim or the Harts or the Michel rely on continue activity, attractive with people, discuss with people, not depend the language, not facts. The language it is acting,
Mhm.
it's action. Do
Yes,
you
I
agree with me?
understand. Yes, of course. It's important.
I'm sorry because I told you the language, but I am severing with the professor. I told him, please, professors, if you like to the increased level about anything, continue or the language not fixed. The language uh, it is acting or the for example as the doing
Mhm.
with people.
Just repeat that.
But my professor as the for example action with people,
Interaction.
act as the act
Interaction. Interaction with people. Mm.
sorry, good. Interaction, it is very important to interaction with people to know everything in English
Mm.
and language. The language not vocabulary, not by a phrase, not the action. The language it is
True.
life with
Hmm.
people.
True.
So that sometimes the social media or the TV surrounding about the information, give me the information, but that information not
Mm.
deep in my heart, deep in memorize. After 2 or 3 years, I or the 2 days, I
Yes.
forget everything. But when I am listening the vocabulary and told the vocabulary and I use the vocabulary, I don't forget the vocabulary,
Right.
never at
Yes, of
all.
course.
Uh, if you in my college rely on the depends on the
Mm.
savings memorize. I told him it is mistakes, please professors. Now with Cambly, with the Zoom application, Zoom, with everything, to decrease level, contact continue with native speaker. Told him continue the language, it is interaction, not the fact or the adult. I told adult the language. It's a big conflict between the
Mhm.
continue with people and give them the instruction or the rules.
Mhm.
It is mistakes. If you like to the understanding my to an increase level or the post level in English, continue with me. Ask me and answer me, or ask me to
True.
answer you.
I understand.
God,
Well, it's been
I'm
interesting
sorry.
chatting with you. And
Thank you very much, Shane. You are a teacher. Do you think my level
I
it's good or
think your
no
level
good?
is good because your English proficiency is good. You just need to practice, especially your reading. Just practice your
Right.
reading. But you can make yourself
Inshallah, I will.
understood, and that's the main thing. Just keep on chatting as well.
Yes. No, my
Yes,
time is a little. It is big difference to use the. I told my wife, my friends, my special friend. I told him if you like to the improve your life, شو اسمه sorry, get rid of the
you're
mobile
right. You're right.
or the toss out your mobile phone.
Yes,
It is not good. The mobile
yes, it's a
lost your
time
time.
waster. It was good
Thank
meeting
you very
you. Keep
much,
well, and
my
everything of
Shane.
the best with your test.
Oh, good. Do you think my level it's beginner or
Intermediate.
intermediate?
You're an intermediate English speaker.
Good.
Definitely.
Thank you.
It was good.
Thank you very
Good.
much.
Just
Thank
keep
you
on
very much.
practicing.
Good. Inshallah,
Right. Good to
inshallah,
meet you. Keep
inshallah. Thank
well.
you, thank you, thank you
Okay.
very much.
Sure.
Good.
Bye bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.